Back again. What's up, Ski?
All right, welcome, Donnie. We have a special guest, Eddie Germain.
What's going on? What's going on?
And I myself, I'm Henri Skiba, and we're coming to you from Skiba's Gym with, I want to call it the real gym talk for real people and real lifters. Let's go, Donnie. Let's. Where do you want to go today?
Hey, I just want to thank everybody that came out to the first annual Beast of the Bayshore lifting competition.
It was incredible.
Yeah, it was real fun. A lot of fun. Good energy. A lot of great people there, man. That's what it's all about. That's what lifting is about, man. Family, fun, energy.
One of the things I just wanted to comment on, because everybody said the same thing when it came in there, that gym has a certain atmosphere, that it has like a family camaraderie, that everybody that was there, I mean, they were cheering for everybody. It was an incredible experience for, I think, the lifters, people visiting. Donnie, I mean, I felt, I'm just a visitor, and I feel at home every time I go to your gym. And Eddie, I mean, when you came in, just the energy that was in that place.
Yeah, like I said, everybody was friendly. Everybody was just psyched up, man. Like, they just love. You could see that they just love to live, love to be around each other, and then it's just like, just good energy.
It goes back to the gyms that we came up in, the environment that we came up in. I always feel like it should be an extension of yourself.
Well, I'll tell you something.
Some always mi casa su casa. I called you, you came through.
Yeah.
Of course, the guru was there, and it turned out to be an incredible day.
And great support from other guys. OC that came out there, that was real good that he came out there. And like I said, I didn't even come out there to lift. I came out there to pretty much support. But you asked me to be up there, like, Eddie, man,
I wanted you to move that weight, man. Anybody under 200 pounds, pulling close to 700 pounds, and doing, what you did, it was a phenomenal
Yeah, man.
time.
Like I said, I love inspiring. I love, like I said, I always say aspire to inspire. So if I know that my energy can come out there and give a little bit more support to the cause, why not, man? That's all.
It's greatly appreciated.
Definitely.
One of our people that isn't here today that really wanted to be here is Kathy Sotosanti. She is the biggest advocate of women's powerlifting, and there's a certain respect thing, because I'll tell you, the whole respect that people have for you there, Don, like, you're not just a gym owner, they look at you for other reasons too. I mean, your gym is an incredible extension of yourself, and I really, you could see how well everybody's coached there. And it really is, I go there and I'm very proud of what you developed up there. And that gym is, I mean, you're talking about being equipped, 3 floors and possibly more coming. It's incredible. What a beautiful day we got.
Yeah, it was a beautiful day.
Definitely.
We had over 3 guys that pulled 700. One guy pulled 750. He pulled 650 under 200. He had the highest total under 200 pounds. So, it was a great day. The ladies, we had a girl pull 400.
Which was dope.
It was amazing. Another girl pulled 315. So it was really good. It's just a beautiful time, and the start of big things between all of us. That coalition that we're working. But like you said, it's an extension. Skiba grabbed me when I was a kid. Eddie's an extension of that. There's multiple generations. That I guess you could say that you fathered, and that's what it's all about. It comes full circle, and that's why we're coming to you right now. You know what I mean? You can be an extension of us. You are an extension of us. When you watch this podcast, we give you a piece of us, and you give us a piece of you. That's what it's all about.
And the newest thing with Donnie developing the female end of it in his gym, I mean, the respect and the way the women, they lifted there, I mean, they went after it.
Yeah, you got 10 girls. That's
10 girls that lifted there, and there's some inner stories there that Donnie doesn't get into.
We got a girl, a young lady. She's incredible. She was diagnosed with cancer, breast cancer, had a mastectomy, and almost a year to the day, she's pulling 315 pounds, cancer-free. Went through the radiation, went through chemo, and never missed a day in the gym. That's what it's all about, and you would never know it.
Every time you seen her pull, man, I mean, the emotion in her eyes, I mean, me judging her, I felt it, and it was just an incredible, like, story, and just to see a positive one like that come true. So it really was great.
That's amazing.
I enjoyed it.
That's some amazing stuff. But you can see, like I said, it's just not about lifting weights, man. Like that part right there, that was her therapy. Right. Coming to the gym, it's not about just coming there and just putting your little time in and then leaving. That's They come in there, you know, they have an objective. They come in there to escape the world. That's what it is. It's an escape. I feel that's what your gym is. Your gym is an escape. They come there and they escape from everything, and they're able to look to you and be able to feel free and be able to just to leave everything outside and just come in there and just really, you know, be a different person. You know what I mean?
Even that thing that he has, I guess you call it the morning club,
Right,
with the women,
club.
breakfast club.
Stole it from the radio
And
station.
it is, I mean, those women are so tight and so supportive, especially with the young lady that, you know, that went through all the cancer treatment and so forth. You see how they stuck together, and she felt, you know, she said she felt they were with her, you know, helping her get through it.
Right.
And it really is just an incredible place. And when I seen her son hug her, come on.
But that's what, you know, when you truly train for life, that's what it's about. You know, that's what it's all about. It's you know, it's a full circle type of thing, and you know, you train to live, and that's what, you know, comes out of it. You know what I mean? You learn how to survive everything. You know what I mean? And like you said, you know, it's a place to escape, but it's, you know, it's therapeutic in the sense that I said it's a replacement of passion. You know what I mean? It's people that might go through negative things in their life, but you can redirect that energy in a positive manner that's going to benefit you when you train, especially when you train the right way. And that's, you know, a lot of times, you know, when I was a young kid, you know, you have a lot of pent up energy, a lot of things that you're going through, and you know, sometimes we redirect it the wrong way. We might get involved in gang culture, or we might go down the wrong path with drug use, you know what I mean? But me going into the gym, that was a different way to express that built up passion inside of myself. And so, you know, I just got stronger from it, you know what I mean? So I can be extreme at that. I can go all the way with that, and it's not going to damage me. It's going to make me a better individual, a stronger, better person.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, is the key thing for kids today. Take it easy, baby. That's the key thing today, you know, to instill that confidence in the young people so that they don't go down the wrong path, and whenever they encounter something that's a little tough, they'll be able to overcome it, you know what I mean, because of, you know, training in the gym. You got a couple over here, you know, he's older than me, and this beautiful young lady with him. They're rocking and rolling. That's what it's all about. Family that trains together stays together. That's what it's about. That's why we ain't turning it off, because they doing tricep press downs. This is a goddamn gym. This is the real podcast. You know what I mean?
That's what's going on around.
The show goes on. You know what I mean? They more important than us. You know, we here for them. You know, and you.
But that's the real truth. That's the real truth about everything, and that's why, you know, that's why I aspire to pull my gym together. Because, like I said, when I was younger, especially in Hillside, there was nowhere for me to go. I didn't have a Skeebs. You know what I mean? Like Donnie had you. You know what I mean? I didn't have a Skeebs. I didn't have that, and that's what this youth right now, they don't have anywhere just to go and to escape and to be better. Even if it's like even if it's not powerlifting, if it's just to feel better about yourself. It's not about, you know, you have to compete. It's just about feeling good.
See, that's why when I see you guys, I mean, humble me. I mean, any time with a kid, you know, Donnie pulls him aside, works with him, you know, and Eddie, the same thing, always has time for other people. It's just so amazing. And even in your gym, we didn't even talk about the other thing that went on during that contest. He had a speed.
Right, speed bag gathering. It was the 9th annual. They come from all over the world. Seattle, Washington, Waco, Texas, the Godfather, Alan Kahn, shout out to him. Miami, upstate New York, you know, from all over. Australia, Dino, you know what I mean? Europe, England, and the original speed bag. And speed bag 10 is going to be a big one in conjunction of the second annual of Beast of the Bayshore. It's going to be a big event. So everybody definitely tune in next year.
We're also going to go in the direction, like one of the things we were asked, because of they visited my gym last year with the Dan Green seminar, and a group called 100% Raw Powerlifting, and they want to start running some contests. And so hopefully all of us, you know, we're going to get together, because Eddie's going to have his own gym, he's going to have his own gym, you know, I have my gym, but it's smaller, and so I'm going to try and use these other larger facilities to run different meets and so forth. So they're going to take it up, and because Donnie's, you know, 3 floors, and Eddie's going to have a different space, I hope, available, and we're going to be doing meets out there too. Because the whole thing with powerlifting is that once people get involved, it is a lifelong thing. I mean, you could do it. Look at me. I'm doing it for 40 years. I promised I'd never be a master lifter. I started when I was, 21 or something like that, 1920. And now I'm, 60, and I still love it more today than ever.
I met somebody earlier. He was just here yesterday. He was telling me about you guys had a little, started in your garage.
Yeah.
You had, I forgot what you called the Carteret Strong Team.
Yeah. It went through. It always actually in the gym back in 1972. It's had Skiba's Gym written on this in paint, in blue letter, in blue paint, and red. I put Skiba's Gym, and that's when it started.
It was like it was him. I forgot this guy who played football. He was telling me the story.
Al Schaefer probably.
Yeah, Al Schaefer.
It was his birthday yesterday.
Yeah, it was his birthday. Yeah, he just told me he just came from he was diagnosed with diabetes. That's another guy. He's diabetic.
Yep.
Lost his toes. Almost didn't survive a surgery that he had to do. And the doctor said he's lucky to live through it. And he's here the next day. And he's benching he's over there doing pause
happy
reps.
as hell. He said he hasn't done it in 13 years.
Yeah, man, he's over there pause repping and just living a life. You know what I mean? And you can see the happiness this brings him. That's why he's here, And that's why
all these kids that you guys grab and help, man. I mean, it's incredible. The programs you got, and because Eddie also works a lot with speed, and you do gymnastics, and this guy does a full all the time, right? Is that a full, right? Standing full.
Yeah, well, not standing anymore, but round
around off full. And he's a big man too, and he just does that shit. And this guy, he does a full deadlift workout, and then he runs hills. These fucking guys are nuts. I'm going home. I'm gonna go home and watch some America's Got Talent. Come on,
Eddie is a beast.
But that's what it is. Like I said, you do the way you do it. We do this not only just for me because I love it, but I show that it can be done. And there's no quit. There's no I can't.
You live by example, you
live
guys,
by example.
man.
And I feel like I don't care how many degrees somebody has or what's on their paper or what's going on. I feel experience,
real world
experience, what you've done.
Back in the day, I always say, to become a carpenter, you didn't go to school and read textbooks. You got on the job and you worked.
Hands-on,
you were an apprentice. Same with ironwork, whatever, masonry.
Yeah.
Whatever it was, you had to be you had an apprenticeship. Now you go to school, you sit behind the desk, and that's all good. You got to have general knowledge and understanding of what you're doing.
Not knocking that
But you need real world application. And that's what it was. I always say it was like a science lab, you know what I mean? Experimentation going on, different types of lifts, different types of training. And there's some stuff you're gonna have to tune into that I've never divulged. Only one other place has done it I've seen recently, and I'm not even gonna tip you off to that. But I got it from these guys. And the way I apply it now is to get your athletes to the next level a lot faster. But it breaks down.
That's why it has like 3 700-pound
deadlifts. It's incredible. But you got to tune in and hear it from us. But it's from what I stole from them back in the day. And then you put your little spin to it and you learn how to apply it certain ways. But that's only from real world experience. I was a hard gainer. You know what I mean? 160 pounds. I went up to 280 pounds naturally. 10,000 calories a day. Training every day. Training a certain way. Being able to recover. Still staying mobile. Still staying active. Still able to rock and roll. Box. Everything functional. You know what I mean? Functional mass, not just walking around, not with a perceived, all show and no go. I wanted to go all day. You know what I mean? And that's one of the key questions he asked me. He was like, "Hey kid, what do you want to be?" I said, "I wanted to be strong." You know what I mean? He said, "Well, forget about all that bullshit over there. Get your ass back here, and this is how you lay the foundation that'll take you to the rest of your life. And this is the proof in the pudding." You know what I mean? And then when I look at you and all the things you do, it reminds me of me when I was that age. You know what I mean? Rock and roll in the same way, and that's what it's about. You know what I mean? So if you want the real deal, if you want to know what it really takes to stay there and get where you need to go, you need to listen to us. You know what I mean? Or, take the time and check us out for a minute. There's a lot of guys out there in the internet world and, social media, all of these guys, they might look the part, but they really don't have the real world experience. Anybody can train a certain way for a particular look, but do they really have the knowledge? I have all of these professional bodybuilders that come through the gym, a lot of guys that these professional athletes that come through, they know a goddamn thing about training. You know what I mean? But they're on social media proposing, got the little workout plans and you buy this and you buy that. And I always said, it's, you got to be in a person's face to really know what they're going through to be able to regurgitate it to them and point them in the right direction, not talking them over.
No, it's and I want to, because thing I was going to say before, I was going to go in, we're all going in different directions because we don't plan on what we do here. We're just kicking. We just get out here, and these are three lifters, real lifters that are talking about, real life experiences. And that's why I love the Real Gym. And I always mention the moniker's perfect. I mean, that place, when I go in there, the equipment is off the hook. He has real equipment, not some of his, I'm not going to say name of different companies, but they suck. And and when I go there, he has he still has what I started with. He actually had built wooden benches where you can still go back and do some benching, old-fashioned wooden benches. And damn if I love that. You telling me, son, there's nothing like that feel. And I may be a dinosaur, man, but I'll tell you something, I'm still kicking it. And it's just the attitude, and I think with, like, if I could, help some kids, just find a way to believe in themselves. And I think there's no other better sport than powerlifting to do that.
Yeah, it's the foundation for everything.
Yeah, for everything, strength.
Everything. Football, everything. No matter what you do,
you're doing, yeah.
If you're a tennis player, you need to be powerlifting.
Look at every culture. Fred Hatfield said it in one of his videos. I mean, they always admired, every culture admires strength.
Right.
And I'll tell you something, when you have that, you can always get yourself out of trouble. And damn, I'll tell you, in today's world, you need something like that.
You need something like that, you know what I mean?
Like I said, power comes from a lot of things. Power comes from speed. Power is like the key word in almost everything when you're an athlete. When they say power, like, what is this guy's power? And that's what powerlifting is about. It's a power that in it. When we use bands for speed and explosion, and that's what that connects to every different type of level of either fighting, sports, no matter what it is, So,
Well, I always tell people, a lot of times they get a misinterpretation when you break down the mathematical equations or whatever the case. But the only way to get faster, if you have an individual, right, you can fine tune their, let's take a sprinter for example. You have your God-given genetic potential, right? And then you have your skill set. Now you can fine tune their technically, but the only way you get faster is by getting stronger. You have to produce stronger muscles that fire faster to become more powerful and to get faster. There's no other way. You have to build, it's just like if I had a race car and I had a V6 in it, you know what I mean, and I want to move a Mack truck, I need a bigger engine, you know what I mean? You need bigger muscles to make a car move faster. That's why cars with bigger engines fly down the track faster. You want to put a rocket ship in outer space, you need big thrusters. You're not getting it with a fucking, what do you call it, little basic rocket that you shoot at fireworks. That's not getting you there, you know what I'm saying? And so it's all applicable. But, that's why it's the foundation for everything. And a lot of times when you're getting more to sports specific, I see a lot of athletes training a certain way. They'll load the technical aspect of the sport, or they'll load, their run, or they'll load their throws. And I always say they're destroying the mechanics. The way you get stronger is deadlifting, squatting, and benching, overhead press. That's the foundation. Then you get more technically sound. You don't throw a weighted baseball to become a faster pitcher. You know what I mean? You don't throw, you're gonna fuck up the mechanics. You know what I'm saying? You don't shoot a heavy basketball to become a better basketball player. You know what I mean? And that's where a lot of athletes get it fucked up, and a lot of you internet wizards with your, hocus pocus. You're throwing a lot of athletes off.
Smoke and mirrors.
It's smoke and mirrors. It's, I see a lot of people doing break dancing before they lead the line of scrimmage. You know what I mean? It's just one or two moves and to get separation from a DB to complete a pass. While you tap dancing, your quarterback is getting sacked. And that's, but it looks good. You know what I'm saying? But I always say, Harlem Globetrotters, why isn't every Harlem Globetrotter in the NBA? You know what I mean? Because that shit looks good. You know what I'm saying? I can shoot backwards blindfolded. I can spin the ball on my head and out-dribble anybody, but it's not applicable to real sport. And that's where you got the hocus pocus. You know what I mean? I see people doing things that were meant for Olympic lifting or powerlifting, and bodybuilders are doing it and they're applying it certain ways and they're using it. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing that for? You know what I mean? Like, what is the purpose of that? You know what I mean? That's not what that's for. But it looks good. You're bored. You want to do some hocus pocus. You think you're gonna, get some better hypertrophy. That's not giving you. You're not getting hypertrophy utilizing that training modality to what you're trying to do. And it's laughable, but that's the world we live in. You know what I mean? Everything is now. Social media. Wow, that looks cool. You know what I mean? He's walking on his hands, standing on his fingers, but it's not applicable to sport.
Yep.
I want to validate a little bit of what he's saying. I'm just reading a book. Louis just put a brand new book about running faster, and one of the things he talks about is that the fastest guy in the world is Usain Bolt. Now the reason is for partially is doing that is because the amount of force he exerts. He exerts so much force, more per step than any other athlete that runs that in a certain amount of time.
Right.
Hence, he's faster. He moves down the track faster in shorter number of steps. Right. Another person, Ben Johnson, who was the one that kicked Carl Lewis's ass weeks before he actually later with the Olympics, and what happened was Ben Johnson actually, as I'm told stories, routinely squat 600 pounds before going out on the track and then sprinting. You talk about a powerful person. That person equated power and speed together, and what happens? He made a faster athlete.
Exactly.
That's Eddie. Eddie fucking can fly.
There was a coach recently, and I'm not knocking him, he's my guy, and he was saying how one of the running backs looked like he had heavy feet. And you want quick feet, you want to be light feet, but that kid is a hard downhill runner. You understand what I'm saying? He runs down, and he's a really good running back. And it's the power that he's producing when he's running that rock. If you're light on your feet, you get knocked off your feet. You understand what I'm saying? Like he said, it's the more force production that you're applying to the earth, you're going to get that in response. Any action has an opposite and equal reaction. Hence, gravitational pull, application to the earth, rebound back. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you drive your heels and your feet into the ground when you bench. You know what I mean? All of that is force, force application. And when you know how to apply that the right way, that's how you get the most out of your human mechanics.
Hence, one of my athletes. I don't mean to. I just because this is my area. One of my athletes are very good friends. Phil Squatzilla Harrington is probably one of the greatest squatters ever to squat and powerlifting. He has done plyometric training, real plyometric training, jumping since it actually came from Russia. And this guy, because of that, his explosion out of the bottom out of the hole is just tremendous. And that's why I think he's 40 now. He might be more. Phil, you'll correct me. He's going to WPO this year, and at my place, I think he attempted to squat like some kind of huge number, like 700 or 800 pounds at 181. The guy is a beast.
Is that the guy that used to jump from his knees with the?
Yes.
Yeah,
that's him.
He's a monster.
That is a monster.
Where's he from?
He's originally a West Sider, but now he's in North Carolina. Shout out to you, Phil. And he is incredible. He taught me. He invented the chain squat, in my opinion. And just the guy is an incredible innovator and a hell of a lifter. And the whole thing is explosion, power, and so force.
Getting back to it, so many things that are utilized today that we were doing back in the gym that nobody even knows about. And it's a lot of stuff that I take dust off of and I utilize it, and people are like, how did you do this? How did you do that? How in this short period of time, how are you able to do that? But those are all things that I have in the toolbox dealing with these guys so long ago. But they're not readily accessible to people that don't have the knowledge. You know what I mean? You might you'll run into it at a West Side. You run into it at certain guys that are hardcore back in the day. But the new age, the new fitness specialist, it's not. I haven't seen it yet. You might have 1,000 what do you call it, exercises in your your Google whatever search, but you don't got those because they weren't documented back then. There was no film back then, so you had the experience to know what it's all about. And I'm sorry, you know what I mean? It's just the way it is.
Certain things you can't Google and find it, man. Right. Certain things you gotta go experience. That's why so it's good to be original. It's good to have something that nobody has, and that's what makes it better when you guys are like when you meet somebody from You know, like from
That
your
era,
era, that era, like there's stuff that just weren't, you know, you were in the gym, nobody had a camera or a phone and looked at you doing it. This is stuff that came raw. And sometimes, you know, everything's in your mind, so sometimes it might take a while for it to come back to you. Like,
Yeah, I just had something recently come back with that. I was watching somebody do something the other day. I said, what am I, stupid? I haven't included that back again. And because there's so many things and you go through so many times of changing, because we constantly change with the conjugate. And sometimes that's why I want to try and document more and more. I mean, even look at the thing we did with you. I remember we were doing a thing with that special bamboo bar, the one that's specially made for squatting.
Yes.
I mean, that really, what it was, it's a bamboo bar that is specially made. It can hold God knows how many pounds. And we really overloaded it, and it really got it. The white rhino, we used one of them. We used white rhino too. We used that with Andre, and that helped him, I think, a lot. Because what it does, it carries over the same principle with the fibrillation and oscillation of the bar. And you, when you handle heavy weights, this guy handles heavy, pound for pound. I mean, it's incredible the weight he puts on his back and it handles it. It comes up with
conventional. You know what I mean? Like he's a short level guy. If I looked at him, I would say he's a sumo squat. He got a big giant ass, giant hams and quads, but he pulls conventional, which usually the advantage is to a longer level guy. You know what I mean? They get leverage on the bar, so that's super impressive. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, you know, I dig that for the conventional. I'm a conventional
people, yeah, man. I think, like I said, once I started, you know, when I came to Skeeves, and he was like, you know, this is what I see. Your deadlift. That's the first thing he said, Eddie. Your deadlift is going to be your bread and butter, and he was telling me that your deadlift and your squat's gonna be your bread.
But if you look, you like,
he's a good bencher now too, though.
I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, he's an off the shelf guy like me. You know, big traps. You know, slopey shoulder like an Arnold. I call it off the shelf. But if you look at his back, his erectors are retarded. You understand what I'm saying? He has retarded
he really
erectors. Like me, I got fucking freaky ass erectors. So that's where, you know, that's our bread and butter. That's where our genetic, you know, superiority comes from. You know what I mean? And that's, it's you know, now I see why, you know, you pull conventional as opposed to.
And he never fucking gives up. I'll tell you, man. You guys with that pull, that's something you can't teach. You got to be in your heart. You guys pull and pull and pull.
I say it's the original lift because it's just you against gravity. There's stretch reflex, but I mean the recoil. There's no recoil. There's no down and up. Yeah. You don't get no rebound. You don't get no momentum. I mean you don't. You know you have to produce. It's just, you know what I mean. It's kinetic energy and
Thank
drive,
you, D. You're the first person to put it back in there. Damn Jim.
That's why I call it the original lift.
Yeah, man. Definitely.
You against gravity. Bang.
It's either you got it or you don't.
Man, we have contests in the gym all the time too, man. Right? I mean, I put money down and these guys pull or whatever, and they never miss. I'm pretty happy with that.
I was getting amped up in the competition. You know, I was running around. I was just going up and up and up. I said, I better slow myself down if I don't make it to the end. I wanted to so bad, bro.
Oh, I know. When you came out, you warmed up with 405. I said, what the hell is he doing?
I went for 135.
I went with 130. Yeah.
I was gonna keep going. I said, you know what? Let me.
You're gonna be busy all day.
Yeah.
It was so funny because that's what we did. Geraldine, who's one of his proteges, is, hey Geraldine, I got you out on the over here, or I got your name out there. Yeah. She is a hell of a puller, and I laid. She's something else, that girl. The Nigerian Express, we call it. That's what she wanted to do.
Her confidence is definitely up there. Like when you said what you said to her, it definitely, you see it put a little fire in her when you said, I don't think you can do this.
Yeah, I laid a $1 bet on the whole thing.
Yeah.
And man, she went after it like it was $1 million, and she got the damn lift.
Yeah, she did.
God bless you, man.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
That's good shit.
Well, that's what we're about. And listen, Eddie's opened up a gym within 2 months up at Hillside.
Yeah.
And what's going to be the name of it, Ed?
It's going to be called Hands Up Sports.
Hands Up Sports
Fitness Center. Performance Fitness Center.
This guy knows his stuff, man. And it's going to be real. It's going to be real. And I support him and love him, and he's going to do a wonderful job. Yeah. He's out there for the people, the kids.
Especially the kids, man. Like I said,
honest to God,
it's gonna be great for them. And like I said, just to have a place to go and have a family and just to be better, I think it's gonna be awesome. You know, it gives you that a home. You know, and that's what it is. That's what the real gym is. The real gym is a home.
Right.
It's not just a gym like Skiba's gym. Skiba, this is not a gym. It's a home. It's a second home that people come to. You know. and that's what you guys are giving.
And it all started because, I mean, it's a dedication not to me, it's to my father.
Yeah.
That was a cop, that was a great cop. And like I said, you know, like in this world, they forget about the average man. I wanted some way to live in tribute to him. So it ain't about me.
Well, we definitely got to do more of these. We definitely will sit down, at least bi-weekly or monthly, sit down and
bi-weekly, you know, we're going to start chopping up.
Do different gyms. The next one will go up to the real gym, and then next time we'll be at my gym. God willing, hopefully soon. You know,
you'll have to make a trip and show you where it's at before anything, all right?
But yeah, this is good. Like I said, this is just raw. This is not scripted, man. This is nothing that we're sitting down. We're like, oh, I'm gonna say this. You're gonna say this. You're gonna say that. This is just raw from the heart, our passion for what we do, and it all connects in some way.
All you phonies out there, you better take notice. I'm coming for you. I'm tired of this bullshit. Motherfuckers getting loaded. I looked at the internet the other day. That they making all this goddamn money. You know, God bless you, though. But we're coming for you. You know, the truth shall prevail. All right. Now fuck with you.
All right. I think till next time.
Yep.
This is Donnie, Eddie, and Henri. Look for us. Thank you.
Keep it simple, stupid.
That's right. Today's struggle is tomorrow's strengths.